Few people know our rivers better than those who count on them to make a living. And that's especially true for the fishing guides who take thousands of visitors to our city and they float down the Bow each summer. Aaron Collins took a trip down the Bow with one local guide and brings us this story.
Another spring along the Bow River means the start of another season for Kevin Peterson. The fly fishing guide's been floating these waters for 2 decades, but this year will be different.
It's a big difference. It must be like fishing on a brand new river.
And part of it is, for sure. There is a lot of it that's changed, a tremendous amount since the flood.
Now, this boat launch is now 60 meters further east, gravel now sitting where water once flowed.
The day that the flood happened, looking at the river, we had no idea what to expect, whether we'd get a guide season last year, whether we'd be guiding, what the river would look like afterwards.
As his well-worn boat drops into the water for the first time this season, those questions, in many ways, remain, to be answered by setting off down once familiar waters, now uncharted.
We'll go over to that new section over there.
All along the banks of this river, signs of the damage caused by last year's flood and clear attempts to repair it.
This used to be about 10 feet deep.
Really?
Yeah. Look at, it's amazing the volume of earth that's been moved.
Huge changes.
Huge.
But those changes came quickly, altering the very path of this river. But as violent and sudden as the change was, it was also natural.
This is the river. It's what rivers do, right? They move and they change. It's not a static environment. It's always changing and always evolving. Last year just had a whole bunch of changes compressed into one very short period of time.
Of course, when finding fish is how you make your living, change isn't always easy. And overcoming that change is vital to more than just the guides who are moving past it.
When individuals come up to fish the river, they're buying gas, they're buying food, they're staying in hotels. So there's a lot of spin-off in the economy that also occurs due to the guiding and because of the river.
Some things do remain the same, customary preparations, but a new experience.
It must be fun kind of finding the new spots.
It is. It's definitely, it's been a mixture of fun and frustration, going and looking at some of the new areas and trying them out. But in a lot of cases, it'll take a little while for those areas to start to hold fish.
I guess making sure you can find the fish and the fish being there is a big part of getting the business to come.
That's exactly it. That's kind of the critical part of it, is figuring out where the fish are and how we can best catch them. And yeah, it definitely, the landscape is very different from what it was prior to the flood last year.
Back on the river, the landscape may be different, but certainly not spoiled.
What we have here is as good or better than anything on Earth.
And the hope is that the tough times on this river are, for now at least, water under the bridge. Aaron Collins, CBC News, Calgary.